legacy of excellence. That's the theme under which the reunion is being held. It's a powerful reminder of who we were. We spoke about that just briefly before we started officially. Who we are and the legacy we continue to build together as proud alumni of SMA, a school that shaped our lives, instilled values of discipline and excellence, and connected us in bonds that time and distance cannot break. Tonight marks an important step as we continue to build momentum towards October. Whether you're joining us from the nature isle of Dominica, the Caribbean, North America, Europe, Africa, Asia, or anywhere across the globe, this is your call to action. Yes, you are cherished alumni. We need you on board. That's celebration train. So let's come together and honor our shared history, celebrate our present connection, and inspire the future generation of SMA. The committee has been hard at work, planning a meaningful week filled with activities that will rekindle memories, strengthen friendship, and reignite that true SMA spirit. This evening, members of the committee will share with you some of these planned activities that we will be looking at and will be participating in. So here's what we need from each one of you. Again, those listening via the various social media platforms, register now if you haven't already. Spread the word. Reach out to classmate friends and those you have not seen or heard from in years. And most of all, bring your energy, your story, and your SMA pride to this reunion celebration. Again, remember that date is October 11th through the 19th. Whether near or far, you are part of this incredible legacy. The class of 74-75 is merely the host, and it is open to all, I repeat, all SMA alumni. 44 days to go and the countdown has officially begun. You must be counting. Let's make history together. Let's honor our legacy, the past, the present, and the future, and let's get ready for a celebration like no other. Thank you for being here tonight, guys. To all of you here and to those again listening, stay tuned, stay connected, and stay SMA strong. Let that countdown begin. As we move into the program this evening, some of you may still be lingering in your mind with the question, why should I be a part of this 2025 reunion celebration? It is now therefore my distinct pleasure and honor to introduce to you two of our former teachers, mentors, and also SMA alumni, Mr. Ray Harris and Mr. Patrick Henderson. First of all, to bring warm greetings, but more importantly, to share with us why they themselves believe that such an occasion is worth celebrating, and why every SMA alumni listening to us this evening should be a part of this historic occasion. So without further ado, I will now invite our SMA alumni and former teacher and mentor, Ray Harris, to address us or to give brief remarks, followed by former class teacher and also mentor, Patrick Henderson. Mr. Ray Harris, Brother Ray Harris, Mentor Harris, take it over. You're muted. You're on mute. Unmute. Oh, let me see if I can unmute you. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, go ahead now. You should be able to unmute now. Go ahead. Right.
O my Christ, increase my love for thee that I may serve thee better from day to day. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable to you, O Lord and my Redeemer. Mr. Chairman and members of the St. Mary's Academy Reunion Committee, the principal and teachers of the SMA, Brother Jermaine, and all former principals and teachers that God has blessed with long life, friends, fellow alumni, good evening. This evening, I would like to give a shout out to all alumni of the St. Mary's Academy, wherever you may be. Be you within our beloved nature island, Dominica, or elsewhere. because we know that with the foundation you received at the St. Mary's Academy, you are making a positive contribution to your community, regardless of your professional or career path. The St. Mary's Academy has produced a plethora of talented and outstanding alumni. Their professions and career paths are vast, spanning fields such as healthcare, doctors and pharmacists, law, lawyers and judges, security, science and technology, construction and engineering, agriculturist, business, industry, marketing and finance, education, culture, song and dance, arts and media, sports, authors, public service and community workers, trade unionists, and we certainly cannot forget politicians and some revolutionary spirits as well. Some alumni have not only been highly acclaimed and recognized within Dominica and regionally, but globally, with our school's motto, Ora et Labora, pray and work, ingrained in our hearts and minds. We cannot go wrong. Obviously, life will always throw up some obstacles and hurdles, which merely strengthen our will, our resolve, and our commitment. With prayer and work, success is guaranteed. Although the initiative for this 2025 reunion was taken by the class of 1974-75, and they should be highly commended for this. This reunion, which is scheduled from October 11th to the 19th, should be embraced and actively participated in by all alumni. That is, all former students and graduates of the St. Mary's Academy. It is the first since the inception of St. Mary's Academy, which began in 1932. That's 93 years ago. This 2025 reunion gives us the opportunity to reflect with pride our alma mater. And we as alumni must look back and celebrate who we were in khaki short pants, who we have become, and the unbreakable bonds that connect us all. We will never forget the lessons learned within and outside the classroom of the St. Mary's Academy. Also the friendships and shared experiences that helped to develop our characters and lives. This reunion is a milestone event and is an opportunity to honor the legacy. It is posited that we should use this reunion to unite as alumni, from young men to accomplished, mature men who are making a difference in Dominica, to the region, and the world. Our journey and stories, although varied, all began at the same place. The shared foundation is a source of pride and is worth celebrating with the present and future generation. As we celebrate this reunion, we obviously look back and with nostalgia, that is. But it is also of paramount importance that we look forward together to ensure standards are not only maintained, but improved. This is also an opportunity to rekindle friendships and to work together as a family, to support the alma mater. Hence, let us come together to celebrate our journey and to remind Dominicans and the world that we are forever connected by the honorable educational institution, the St. Mary's Academy. Before concluding, it would be remiss of me not to mention my one-year teaching stint at the St. Mary's Academy prior to going to Cayville, Barbados to study law. That is when I first met and taught Mr. Alvin Thomas, Mr. Joseph Geist, and Mr. Sobers Esprit. These three distinguished gentlemen who have benevolently referred to me as one of their mentors. I'm indeed humbled by being referred to as a mentor. I will merely say that I am thankful to the St. Mary's Academy for having given me the opportunity to teach these three gentlemen, as well as many others during that year at the St. Mary's Academy. During that year, I taught English in Forms 1, 2, and 3, and I was also sports master, and I coached the cricket and football team. I therefore blended academics, sports, nurturing the best, to the best of my ability, that is, discipline, classroom instruction, and sports leadership. I always endeavored to inspire the students to excel intellectually and physically. English was not a problem to teach in the lower form because when I was a student, I was known to excel in elocution and debate. As regards these three gentlemen, I'll refer to them as the Trinity, who are in the forefront with others at organizing this reunion. I do remember them fondly. Alvin was not very troublesome, at least not in my class. Joseph was fairly quiet and well behaved. But I remember Brother Sobers Esprit as quite energetic and troublesome, but a very likable young man. I'm very impressed at all of them and how they have developed, but even more so, Brother Sobers, who has become a Caribbean development specialist and undeniably has made a great impact on our cultural and community development and continues to do so up to this day. Because what would our nation be without our culture? Brother Joseph Geist went away, so I lost track of him for a while. I had a great deal of interaction with him, not only in the classroom, but as a sports master, having coached the cricket and football team, and he was an excellent, outstanding cricketer and footballer. It was a pleasure to coach him. Incidentally, SMA won the second division cup in Dominica that year. A team that had the likes of not only Joseph Geist, but Clifford Bala Sellet, Herbie Hector, Alfred Solomon also became an island goalkeeper. Young Christopher, Coffee Alcid, referred to as Long Coffee, and Gifford Walsh and others. Unfortunately, my brother Coffee recently passed away. God bless his soul. And so did Gifford Walsh some years ago. Likewise, it would be remiss of me not to mention a few other things about the St. Mary's Academy. Because winning the second division cup may sound like nothing, but you better believe that was quite an accomplishment. Because although I played for the St. Mary's Academy football team for years, and I played with many great players who all went on to make the Dominica Island side, we never won the cup. We once played for the knockout cup, but went down to Kensborough United. Some great footballers, sorry, I'm getting some feedback. Some great ballers that I was blessed to play with and alongside, and I would love to name them. They deserve mention, honorable mention. Oliver Grell, Scotland, Scotty. Randy Aaron, Alec Charles, Sylvester Soames, who also was a great Calypsonian caterer, Norman Dorival, and Joseph Kentish. All these guys I just named went on to play for the Dominica Island side. All of them. And I will venture to say that Joseph Kentish was the best footballer I ever played with. And he came before the legendary Clem John, who was also a great athlete, great sportsman, great cricketer, great footballer, who also has SMA roots. It would also be remiss of me not to remind you that the St. Mary's Academy was the basketball headquarters of Dominica for many years. We were the first with a court with floodlights. So we dominated for many years. When Martinique Guadeloupe would come to Dominica to play at the St. Mary's Academy with huge crowds. We also used to have boxing matches with people like Gordon Henderson and Mark Murray doing preliminary rounds. But you can't talk about basketball without remember some great names like Benoit Sorrendo, Macford Zamore, Patrick Henderson, who is there right now. And we cannot talk about basketball without the superstar Bernard Kiwi Thomas and Charles Roberts, a great ball handler and a three-point shooter. I think it would have been remiss of me not to mention that St. Mary's Academy wasn't just a place for academics, but it produced tremendous athletes and sportsmen. I will now come back to Brother Alvin Thomas. Alvin Thomas made rapid strides after leaving SMA. And we met at Fort Young many years after, when he was General Secretary of the Public Service Trade Union. At that time, we had gone to Fort Young to resolve an impasse in Dominica when the Dame Eugenia Charles Freedom Party government tried to enact the Public Service Act. There was a strike, and rubbish in skips were burning in Roseau. Thank God, within a week, the government team and the trade union team, under Alvin's leadership, resolved the issue to the satisfaction of Cabinet. Thereafter, I drafted the changes to the law so that the Public Service Act, which we still now use, was enacted. Incidentally, the trade union's lawyer was Mr. Anthony Astafan, SC, and the government team was Mrs. Jennifer Astafan, Mr. Kerry Harris, and myself. Now back to the task at hand. On behalf of the chairman and members of the St. Mary's Academy Class of 1974 Reunion Committee, I not only invite you, but encourage every former student and graduate to participate in the SMA reunion. Please note that the reunion is not limited to the class of 1974-75, but to all former students and graduates of the SMA. As the marketing officer of this reunion, Mr. Geese, indicated, even if you are not here physically, you are invited to register and be recognized as being part of the reunion, and therefore you can go to the St. Mary's Academy Class of 1974-75 Facebook page, where there is an online registration form. You can also email the address smaoldboys7475@gmail.com for information and assistance in registering. Thanks for your patience and love. Blessings, love, protection in these unique and trying times that we live in. to each member of the alumni family, as well as to their families and loved ones. Love, thanks for your patience.
All right.
Thank you.
Well done, Ray.
Very much.
Tell me.
Thank you very much, Ray. Mentor, teacher, thank you so much for this
Historian
strong
too.
and inspiring comments coming from you. We'll now move on to our second mentor and former teacher, Mr. Patrick Henderson, to give us some brief remarks and say why he believed that we should be all part of this historic occasion. Over to you, Patrick.
Thank you, Alvin. And I will be brief. I think Ray covered so much that I'll be repeating some of the things that he said if I were to elaborate. So here's what I will do. I will say, first of all, I want to thank the team for taking on this initiative. This is the first for SMA. I hope it's the beginning of something new, something where SMA alumni are beginning to reconnect in a very meaningful way, and that it can be sustained over an extended period of time to not only complete the renovation of the building, but to continue to support SMA as it continues to grow. For me, and St. Mary's Academy plays a very pivotal role in my life. I'm from Grand Bay. I'm not from town, and we travel to town almost every day to school. This was taxing for us also, but through it all, we persevered. Myself, Bunty, Augustus Centilla, a whole bunch. I can't mention all of them, but we traveled every day on Tokyo, coming to school, stayed in town all afternoon, and then got home and still had to do our homework. As difficult as it was, we did it pretty well. And I ended up in 1969 being asked to be a teacher at SMA in replacement of Justin Simon, who had gone to UE at the time. So Ray and I taught for a while. Ray and I were in school together, so we are school buddies. So Ray did 1 year, I did 4 years. And it was thanks to SMA that I was able to go to Iona and continue my education. And I must mention that I was there during the transition from the turbulent period when Brother Estrada was the principal, and the break in school, in the continuation of the school year, and then the arrival of Father Felix. I spent a year with Father Felix, and I left in 1973 to go to Iona. I lost touch with many of the guys, but I did keep in touch with some. And I must say that guys like Edmond Tavernier, Crispin Gregor, Crispin and I have been in touch forever. Sobers, although we had lost touch, but I think when I came back to Dominica and I got into the NGO community, I met Sobers again, and he was with the PTA. The other PTA was the Eastern Caribbean Popular Theater organization. They did a lot of good work on and around the island, and I wish that work could have continued, because the stage we are at right now, we need them more than ever. So Sobers, I don't know what can be done about this. This initiative it reconnects all our folks, and I'm hoping that I can remain in touch with many of you. Mr. Gist, I know I had not seen you for a long time, but it was nice seeing you again. I had lost touch with you. Alvin, I have been seeing every now and then. Who else was on the I'm trying to think of the other guys on the committee now.
Damien Dublin.
Damien is my dentist, so I
Glenn,
see him.
Etienne, Glenn, Linford John,
Okay,
Victor Luis.
Most of these guys, Victor Luis, I don't know where he is right now, but I remember seeing him once or twice. I am back and forth. I'm in Dominica. I'm in the United States. Right now, I'm in Dominica. I do spend the summers down here under hurricane, and so I do keep in touch with those folks over here. So just to be brief, I want to just say again, thank you for the effort that you are putting into this thing. I hope that it sustains over an extended period of time, and whatever I can do to be of assistance to you to the cause, um, I'd be happy to participate. Although, let me just say also that I will miss the actual functions starting on the 11th because that's the day I go back to the United States. But that's okay. I'll be following it.
All right. Thank you very much, Patrick. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Thank you for your kind words and your support, your commitment, and we know we can depend on you. So before we move into the activities, we have two ladies with us. And one of those ladies taught us at SMA as well, taught at SMA. We have Rose Keynes LaRocque and Francine Harris with us, and also Brother Jermaine. So I'm going to ask Rose to give us a few brief remarks, going back, taking us back in times, as they say. And then I will have Francine to give some brief remarks as well, followed by Brother Jermaine, of course, and then the youngest kid on the block, which is Miguel Murphy. I will have him give his perspective as well. Miguel is very active in helping to maintain that SMA legacy. So Rose Keynes, over to you. Let me see if I need to unmute you.
I unmuted.
Okay, great. Okay, go ahead.
So thank you for the opportunity. I will make it, brief. I think a lot has been said that's very profound. I taught at SMA 1974, 75, 76. And it was a time when Dominica needed an language arts teacher. There was a shortage. So my time was split between Convent High School and SMA. As I look at where you guys have journeyed, I see you guys have played out the thought that it's not what you learn, it's how you can transfer what you learn. And you guys epitomize the transfer of knowledge. Language arts is not just about stories. There is a deep and profound learning in those stories that can carry through life as you make decisions, choose your careers, and of course, follow your motto from SMA. So even if I was a very short time with you guys, I think there was some deep learning going on. I am very proud of what you guys have become. I am proud that I was part of that journey, as brief as it is. And I have to say that you make me, on a personal level, and you should make all Dominicans should feel proud of the things that you have accomplished, where you have gone, and where I see you are going. So thank you again for the opportunity.
Thank you, Rose. Thank you for those kind words. Thank you very much. Appreciate. Francine, you want to come in?
Okay. Yes, good day. Thanks. I'm very happy indeed that I have joined to come in to listen to what you have to say. It was very interesting to me when I heard from my brother Ray that you all were having, having this evening, because, as you know, I had 6 brothers. Ray was the last one, and he's the only one who went to the academy. I guess in the beginning, most likely there was no SMA. But
he was the smartest man alive, the smartest man alive.
But he was the only one who went there. And I went to the convent. But indeed, being a sports person myself, I used to attend many of the basketball matches you all had at the SMA and thoroughly enjoyed it. The only other place that started to have lights at night to watch sports was at the police station in those days. So, so that's my input into the connection I have with the SMA. I'm very proud. My Dr. Hamlet, who also went to university to SMA, he's in Toronto. He's my doctor, And he did tell me he went to school with Ray. However, I think he's a couple of years ahead because he's older than most of you. If you graduated in 75, he probably graduated prior to that. So indeed, when I was listening to what both Ray and the gentleman who spoke, I was thinking, wow, yeah, maybe up in Toronto where I'm living, we indeed need to have something like that for the convent. And Ray, a lot of what you said, I think I will just copy exactly what you said and change it. It was excellent. Okay, so I'm very happy I was able to join in.
Thank you, Francine. Thank you. We'll be happy to work with the convent and to work with you, providing the template whenever you're ready to move forward with that. As
Yes,
you know,
because
SMA Boys, Convent Girl was right next door to us, you know. And even if some of us may be living in a different direction, we made it our business to walk towards the convent school to get to our destination. And so yes, there has always been that that close connectivity between the SMA Boys and the convent. And I would just say to the other school, like you know,
if I'm not mistaken, if I'm not mistaken, I think Convent High School had a reunion sometime last year, 2 years ago.
Right, I think so. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so there's been something along that line. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's in Dominica. So up in Canada, I'm the president of the Convent Alumni of Ontario. So if you send it out, I will send it out to
Sure.
that I have contact with up here.
Yeah. I'll connect with you, Francine, after the meeting. So let me move on now to Brother Jermaine. Brother Jermaine, you want to unmute? Sure. Okay, go ahead, Brother Jermaine.
Yes. Well, I began as I was a graduate of St. Mary's Academy in 56. In 58, I became a teacher. Not only a teacher, I was sports master, I was a coach, and also player, because teachers were allowed to play. In 61, I went to the United States, and I became a brother. In the 70s, I came back to Dominica, and I came back at a time when things were extremely difficult. Discipline was down and everything like that. And I knew I had work on my hands, and I did my best to do what I could to improve the situation in the school. I also think that I did probably something that seemed impossible, and it was the building of the new wing, because I was told that that was never going to happen when the thought came up. But with the assistance of a lot of people, the brothers, our schools, and so on, we were able to come up with the St. Mary's Academy New Wing. And as a result of that, we were able to educate many more students. I'm not going to be very, very long because I've heard so much from the others already, but the legacy of St. Mary's Academy is just cannot be compared with, it's just unbelievable. I want to commend Alvin and the committee for what they have been doing, and I hope it will be successful. I pray that it will be successful. And if we put our thoughts together, if we work together, remember, St. Mary's Academy is not only solid, smartest man alive, but it's also solid man of action. And if we put these things together, success will be in the end. That's about all I'll say right now. So,
Thank you very much, Brother Jermaine. Thank you very much. Thank you for all the work you have and you continue to do on behalf of SMA. It's now for me to quickly turn over to Miguel. And Miguel to give some brief remarks.
I'll be brief. Thank you, Alvin. I'll start by saying I was fortunate to spend my 5 years at the Academy, graduated in '98 under Brother Jermaine's final years as the principal. And my dad is also a graduate 62. I was fortunate as well to attend alongside three of my brothers, two of your sons, Alvin. My cousin, Jones Murphy, is also an alumni. So it runs deep in terms of just a legacy of the academy. But I'm privileged to, serve in the capacity of chair of the marketing committee over at the St. Mary's Academy Alumni Infrastructural and Development Fund, established in 2024 after the call from the current principal, Mrs. Sylvia John Baptiste, to really put our hearts and minds together to raise much needed funds, almost $200,000, to renovate the Brother Egbert Jermaine wing, which
US 200,000 US.
Yes, which I was fortunate to start in my final year in WA4. And that's one of the classrooms that's off, or the classroom that's offline. So this initiative of helping to really renovate the roof over the long run is near and dear. Tying to this initiative, I'm not class of 74, 75, but Alvin, coming from this group, it really means a lot to be in the company of your peers, because I feel that I can transcend back really more now to the 70s, right? Some 25 years back, and really get some context from there. I know the school was established in 1932, April 4th, 13 boys, but right, nine decades is a lot. We're getting close to 100 years. And I want to say we're getting there. And I want to see this, I think, is a good catalyst, right, to really get us together. We've raised some 20,000 US dollars in the last year. And some just highlights of what we've done over at the fund is we established a 501c3 here in the United States. I'm located in the United States, South Florida, Miami, to be exact. My profession is a higher education leader. A specific role is around student engagement and community partnerships, enrollment management for the largest college in the United States. That's Miami-Dade College, where I've been for really since I've graduated, so some 30 years. And had the privilege halfway through that journey to join Brother Jermaine, who also spent some time here in Miami. So I think I got an extended SMA experience after I graduated, relocated to South Florida, and still had the great fortune of seeing my principal for an extended period of time. With personal experiences, Brother Jermaine, we've gone to Tampa on road trips. We've done a lot of local things just for the Dominican community here back then, and that is something that I will continue to carry forth. So we've done some local convenings on island with the school during Carnival, bringing back the alumni. We've done local convenings here in South Florida, broadcasted worldwide, with connecting the dots with partners like DBS Radio and some of our alumni. We've contributed immensely to the recent graduation by ensuring that all recent graduates, the last class was 50 or so graduates, but we want to say 90% of them, we have their contact information. So it's not a mystery in terms of how to keep in contact with the new boys. We have so much of a strong relationship with the most recent graduates that we know even the top 4 that came out on top from the academy and CSEC are connected to us. And that, for example, Dylan Regis, Joshua Paul, the former head boy, with literally 8 ones and a 2. So right, so we feel that we as mentors can continue to support the new group And I want to say that the fund and my generation help sits in the middle of, I would say, the spectrum to connect the past to the present and to help the new alumni to thrive. And so we're also connected to the 4-H club at the school. In fact, next week I'm going to be on island joining for the opening of schools, the assembly of the new boys, some 70 of them, welcome them, and on behalf of the fund, alongside alumni present, and to also encourage them to engage during the reunion, right, in October, as much as they possibly can. And at the fund, we're putting together a robust calendar of initiatives around alumni, and we're proud to join in this group in ensuring that everyone is aware of the activities and to support all that is going. So those are my brief remarks, Alvin. But I'm really privileged to journey alongside you in at the St. Mary's Academy Alumni Infrastructural and Development Fund, and to join in the company of this esteemed class of 1974-1975.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Miguel, for your brief remarks. And as Miguel indicated, we are registered now. We have established a 501(c)(3) in the US. And it's the St. Mary's Academy Alumni Infrastructure and Development Fund Incorporated, and that over the last 12 months period. So that is quite apart from the reunion initiative that's been undertaken now. And I am privileged to serve as the chair of that board for that foundation in the US. Miguel is a board member as well, and several others. Renick is also part of that, Renick Thomas, part of that committee. And hopefully we'll open it up and extend it, but that's the kind of work which we want to encourage moving forward for St. Mary's Academy. We'll now look at the activities, just go through some of the activities. And as we indicated, the period runs from the 11th to the 19th of October. And of course, the 11th is a Saturday. That's when folks begin to arrive. Some may be arriving a little earlier than that, but most of the folks will be coming in on the 11th. And that is where you have a little mingling like we did tonight. Folks hadn't seen each other for the last 50 years, 40 years, 30 years. So you can imagine what kind of experience that is going to be like. Not having seen someone you sat in a classroom with 50 years ago. So it's going to be really, really nostalgic. It's going to be exciting, and that's on the 11th. On the 12th, which is the Sunday, we are starting with prayer. As you know, St. Mary's Academy, we are prayerful students. Remember, we have to go to Mass every month. Thursday of the month, we put our black pants, and we have to go to Mass and do all the good things, ora et labora. So we'll be having a Thanksgiving Mass at the 9 o'clock. That is going to be at 9 o'clock in the morning. And as you all may, most of you might be aware, the dean of the cathedral is Father Karam, Nigel Karam, an SMA old boy himself. So he'll be gracing us with his presence at that Mass. Hopefully the bishop may be in attendance as well. My understanding, he may be off island, but if he's there, of course. And persons like the principal, Brother Jermaine, and several other persons that know will be there. To date, as we speak, and that Luis and one of the committee members will speak a little more directly to that. I think we've had officially 26, if I'm not mistaken, registered so far. And the numbers are growing. I know some of us are last minute people, and we are hoping coming out of tonight's initiative that more folks are going to jump on board. I see Franklin Moses is there with us. And before we end the event tonight, Franklin, I'm sure, will give us a spiel, and will continue providing that spiel on our behalf, himself and SMA Old Boy. But that is what's going to take place on that Sunday. Following that Mass, that Sunday morning, we'll have a brunch. And that will take place on the SMA grounds, and the SMA staff and PTA are coordinating all of that. And let me say, all of the proceeds that comes from any and all of the activities, the brunch and the other activities that you'll be hearing about, go straight into this project to deal with the roof development of Brother Egbert Jimin Wing. I will also report to you very briefly that as we speak now, we have an application before the government to establish a registered NGO in Dominica like we have in the US. So it would be called the St. Mary's Academy Infrastructural and Development Foundation Incorporated. That's going to be a registered corporation NGO in Dominica. We've already established a bank account at National Bank. And like Miguel said, we have one in America, Bank of America. So the two entities will merge as we speak. Next month, we're having some conversation with an institute in the US known as the XQ Institute. And they're involved in education. They just did a massive project in Barbados through partnership with Mia Mottley, the Prime Minister of Barbados. They just established what they call a Center of Innovation, a new approach towards education. And we have been speaking with them, and we want to partner with them where they could do something similar for us at St. Mary's Academy and for education by extension in Dominica. So that's exciting. There are a lot of exciting things on the table. So that's where folks like yourselves, those here tonight and those listening, need to get involved, get on board, jump in, and give back to our alma mater and give back to this new generation of young men that we're hoping will come out even better than how we came out, those of us who went through that journey. So I'm going to hand over now to Sobers. Sobers will take you through the following day, the next day activity, which will be the Monday and the Tuesday, and then you will hear from Peter Etienne. Will also give you an update on some of the activities. You will hear from Victor Luis, who will give you some update as well. Linford John, we have some entertainment. You'll hear from Damian Dublin, will also give you an update, as well as Joseph Gis, who is our marketing guru. That's his expertise. He will talk to us about that. And like I said, we'll have Franklin, of course. And so we also have Gerald Benjamin here with us, who is also a member of the committee. We want to recognize Gerald Benjamin as well. He's a member of the planning committee. So Gerald is here with us as well. So Sobers, over to you right now.
Okay, thank you very much, Alvin. And colleagues, good night. Yeah, we've been going for a while now. But just to highlight, I just want to give an update in terms of two of the major activities for the reunion celebrations. The first on the Monday, the 13th of October. This is a night we call Night of Reflection, Recollection, and a cocktail reception. It is both a night of celebration, with a night of rejoicing, a night of nostalgia, and reconnecting, as so aptly described. So what we want to do is to get together on that night as SMA alumni, and we're talking about SMA alumni, plural many times over, so that we can come together and reconnect and talk about the good old time, the good old days, and look at the future for SMA and for Dominica and for the region. And so it is a night when we can talk about what does SMA for us? What did it mean to us? How did it shape our lives? How did it shape our foundation, our consciousness? And how did it help in forging, partnerships, friendships, and building this new Dominica since the 1970s? So we want to reflect on that night. And then we want to end with in a celebratory mode. This is one of the fundraising activities. We want to raise funds on that night. So tickets will be sold for that night. Tickets will go on sale shortly at $125 EC per person. And what we want, we will not go public with this thing as much as we would like to, because we're going to have only a limited number of tickets going to be available for sale. So what we're going to be very, very, precise in terms of targeting people to come to this event. So what we want people to do is to book, in fact, your space to the events. So if it's 2 of you, 3 of you, a group of you, you can call us and we'll make a reservation for you at this night of reflection and cocktail reception. And it is an opportunity to give back to the school and to support the SMA cause only $125. So you can contact any member of the committee to get your tickets. Tickets will be on sale shortly. We hope tickets to go on sale in the first week of September for all of the events. The night of reflection will also allow us to profile and to highlight the outstanding achievements and contributions of 6 of the 74, 75 alumni. 3 from 74 and 3 from 75. We will disclose the names later in a press release, in a press or in a press brief, so that the public will know exactly who those persons going to be. But we hoping to profile 6 of the alumni from 74, 75. And the way we're going to do it is we're going to have 2 groups of 3, and we will be interacting with them in terms of their experiences, how they see SMA and what it meant for them, and the future, to reflect on what kind of Dominica, what kind of SMA they want to see for the future. So that will be the night of reflection, recollection, and cocktail reception. And as I say, it's a major fundraiser for us and for the reunion celebration. But it's also a major night of celebration and rejoicing for us. It will be the first night when Alvin Thomas, as the chairman, will be able to give a big speech to the public. So we expect him to come and deliver in his tone, well-versed tone. Alvin has been doing that for many years. So that night will be an opportunity for us to profile Alvin as well as chair of the reunion committee, folks. So come and support that night and make your booking right now to get a ticket for the night of reflection and cocktail reception. So that is the Monday night. Alvin, I'll just do the Wednesday as well one time since I'm on.
Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead with that. Yeah.
Okay. The second event I want to talk about is the night of an education forum. The education forum is going to be on Wednesday, the 15th of October. It is from 6:30 p.m. It is going to be hosted by the UWI, University of the West Indies Global Campus, Dominica. And they have agreed to partner with us to host that forum. The forum will be in the form of a panel discussion. We have secured the services of 6 SMA alumni and past teachers, and a really high-powered panel of experts in the field of education and development in Dominica and the region and globally. Just want to highlight the 6 and the moderator. The moderator for that evening will be Mr. Michael Augustine, who is a former SMA teacher, former SMA old boy, former teacher at the St. Mary's Academy as well. He also taught at the grammar school. So Michael will be the moderator. The panelists will be Dr. Swinburne Augustine, Dr. Francis Severin. I don't need to tell you who Francis Severin is. Dr. Rose Keynes-Larocque, who you heard earlier on. Dr. Edmund Tavernier, who is on this call tonight. Mr. Mitchell Williams, Mr. St. Bernard Sebastian. Yes, so I think I have 6, and I said Michael Augustine as the moderator for the discussion. We want the discussion to center around a few things. First of all, it is our own way of contributing to the dialogue on education reform for Dominica. Bear in mind a few things. One is looking at climate smart buildings, looking at access, proper access, digital connection, proper digital connection is critical in the 21st century. But also in terms of the content, we want to look at a new kind of paradigm for education in Dominica, St. Mary's Academy, and really the region. We want to look at things like STEM, not STEM, but STEM, science, technology, engineering, arts and culture, and mathematics. We think that it's indispensable in this time to focus great attention on those areas. And I want to highlight the fact that we are putting the emphasis on art and culture as an indispensable part of learning in the 21st century as part of the new knowledge and creative economies that we are developing in Dominica and the region. we also recognize the value of aligning education and education paradigm to the development of a modern and sustainable economy in Dominica and the future of our country in terms of prosperity, in terms of creating generational wealth. And so we want to look at education from that perspective. We also want to look at education from the perspective of sports and sporting culture as, again, indispensable part of learning and human development. We want to look at creating, a wholesome person. What kind of education to look at the future of our young people? Because we know that we are challenged in today's world in terms of geopolitical realities, in terms of challenges in terms of the global economy and so on, and the climate crisis. We want to look at how we can fashion an education that challenges us, but also help us to harness the resources, the minds that we have at our disposal in Dominica and in the region. And I keep saying the region because we recognize the fact that the future development of Dominica and the Caribbean are really integrated. We have to work together to solve the many problems that we're confronted with today, whether it be the climate crisis, the economic challenge we face with, the challenges of geopolitical situation across the world and so on, that it is necessary for us to look at ways to combat that together. So these are just some of the issues that we're hoping that we can discuss on that night. But the important thing is that we want to be able to contribute to the growing debate on looking at education reform and looking at a paradigm shift in terms of the kind of education we see for Dominica and the future. And for SMA itself, so that's why it starts by saying, looking at what kind of school building, the plans. So we're going to have to focus not just on the Egbert Jimade wing, but the broader SMA, the physical development of the plant down the road. This may not be a 1 or 2 year project. It may be a 10, 20-year project that are going to require the energy, the collective action of all of us. And Brother Jimmy reminded us that SMA also means solid men of action, SMA. So the action towards looking at a school plan that really is all inclusive, that allows for learning of all kinds, and we are, so that we are able now to function in a school environment that is conducive for learning and for growth and development. So that is the Night of Education, the Education Forum on the 13th, the Wednesday night, and we're going to invite all SMA alumni. It is a night for us to all turn out and to support the presenters who are all former SMA students and one former teacher. So we will be able to stream it as well. We're going to do a live streaming of the presentations, and so that those of you not going to be in Dominica will be able to hear and to participate in one way or the other. But we know UE is limited in terms of the amount of space, but we're still encouraging all of you who want to come to turn out, and we will find ways to accommodate you at the UE Global Campus Center in Dominica. So these are my 2 areas. So one, the night of reflection, recollection, and cocktail reception, which is a fundraiser, only $125. Book your places right now. That is on the Monday, the 13th, and then the Wednesday, the 15th, is an education forum at UWI Global Campus Dominica, looking at education for the future of education in Dominica. Thank you, Alvin.
Thanks, you're welcome. Tutu, you want to jump quickly on the Wednesday, the sports equipment presentation and the special assembly briefly?
How did you call me?
Joseph Tutigis.
All right, so I'm sure you guys know I was very involved in sports in Dominica, and it's still my passion. I don't play as much. I still play a little cricket, but don't play as much. But we're excited though, because I had gotten in touch with Mr. Lewis, who's the coach of the SMA team, some time ago, and we asked him, what the needs are, and he shared that with us, and we're really, really excited to be able to make a donation to the school for the under 17 and the under 13 football, well, soccer, football teams. So we're excited about that. So it will include a complete outfit, and Alvin, through his contacts, was able to add to this and actually give them some soccer boots. I know when we played, that was probably the most expensive part of the outfit, right? The shoes. So we're excited about that. We think the kids are going to be excited about that, and we have a good feeling that they're going to win, Mr. Harris. They're going to win that second division again sometime, or at least the under 17. Let's see here. The equipment. So we spoke about that already. The grounds. I think, in essence, the presentation will be on that day. It will be on the morning of the 15th. And the educational assembly, I think we've spoken about that already. So that's me for now, Alvin. I'll talk about the partners that we're working with now, the media partners, in terms of getting the word out. That's going to be critical for us. And any help we can get with getting that word out is really critical for us. But we have some interesting thoughts, Alvin and I, that we're going to try to work through the school itself, both SMA and Convent High School. And I heard Miguel talking about having some digital information for some of the students too. That could be helpful if that's something that we can discuss. So we're excited about this. It's going to be, as we say, from the 11th to the 18th. It's the first of its kind, and we really want to make this successful.
Thank you, Mr. Gis. Now move over to Peter Etienne. Peter going to talk briefly about the island tours that we'll be planning. Peter.
Thank you, Brother Chair. A hearty welcome once again to the old boys and those not so old and the young ones and staff. We are organizing an island tour to benefit everyone, particularly those who have been off island for a long period of time. We'll pass through the historic sites as well as areas under development. We will go from Roseau to Marigot via the Kenfield and Trim Road. We'll pass by the old Springfield Guest House up to Poncassi area. Then we will stop at the Spani Falls, then drive through Bells up to the Debongiel, and then to the airport area. Thereafter, we will drive to the new site for the international airport, then down to Posse and culminate on the beach, one of the popular beaches in Portsmouth. I don't know if you guys would want to stop and visit the chocolate factory up in Kalibishi and away from the international airport site, and also stop along the way by the hotels and guest houses along the way, for instance, International, Intercontinental, and Secret Bay, and so on. From there, we will return to our starting point at the cruise ship terminal. This will be in the north of the island. Some other time, we will have to go to the south and go to the Cable Cart area, Jungle Bay, and so on. But for now, it's the north side.
All right, thank you, Peter. Damian, you want to speak briefly on the Thursday night, the Cadence Lipso, and share on that.
Yeah, good evening. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a joy to see some people I haven't seen in a while. Nice to see Patrick, and Patrick, we keep in touch often. Patrick forgot to say that I was one of his favorite students. Well mannered, well behaved, Patrick. Yeah, but it was nice to see you. Ray gave some interesting thoughts. And really, my point of view would be from the Thursday. We are going to have what we call a reggae cadence bouillon night. We're having it at Paradise Pier, which is a place owned by Miguel and Mike Labadie. Very nice place on the Lalikoko Highway. So it's easy access anybody packing, a lot of packing on the side, high up. The idea is every Thursday they have this activity there called Reggae Nights. So we just decided to just piggyback on that. And Miguel himself is an old SMA alumni. So we're working with him on that. So the idea is really to have a few DJs doing reggae and some doing cadres and probably one doing bouillon to just hype out the night. So just imagine a night of just, it will be a real nice musical journey catering for mainly, I mean, guys our age, but it's open to all because it's a fundraiser too. We plan to just charge $20 at the gate, but people are open to put 50, 100, whatever you want to put, it's fine. So the activities hopefully start at 9 and go up to till our dancing shoes are finished. But I can anticipate a very, very nice interaction and nice night. The ambience of the place is really nice. There's a little like a veranda overlooking the sea. I hope this night will be a moonlight night. That would really make it even nicer. So we just calling everybody to just come, and there's space for all. We're not limited by space. People will fit, and they have an extra section that Overload can speak in. So that would be the activity for the Thursday night.
Yes.
Alvin. Yeah.
Thank you, Damian, for that. Of course, during the first day, you have free time, obviously. Those of us who are coming with spouses, you know, they like to want to go shop, they want to do their stuff, so you have that free time. But the Thursday night, as you say, is reggae. Bear in mind, though, I mean, SMA, and I like solid manufacture. I like what Brother Jermaine said. SMA has produced a number of musicians, too. The list can go on and on. If we start tonight, we may not even end. Starting with our recent Signal band, with Ra, with Bouillon, with Kada Slipso, Gordon Henderson, Linford, T-Pam. I mean, you just name it. We are the creator of music and bands in Dominica.
Can I add my husband?
Sure, sure. Add yours, Rose. I know you
the
had
boys and them.
Boys and them. That's right. That's right. SMA. So,
Yep.
I mean, Kada Slipso and reggae have been our thing. Those of us who lived the 70s know what that was like. I know Miguel didn't live as much, but he still himself has the affinity and the love for the Kadas and now the Bouillon. And the Bouillon and all started way back with Cornell, Walkers, all at SMA. These are the guys, you know, Rise and SMA, Ra Peters, you know, Calypsonian, Daddy Chess, King Dice, Colton T. So we got it. So I'll now move on to Linford, the music guy there with us now, to tell us what's planned for that Friday night, that big night we're planning, that concert. So over to you, Linford. Take it over. You're muted. Unmute yourself. Let me see. I have to unmute you. Let's see where you. Unmute Linford. Hold on. Go ahead, unmute.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Good. Yes. Good evening, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here tonight, and I'm just happy to see a lot of faces that I haven't seen in such a long time. Like he was saying, SMA has produced a lot of musicians. When I started SMA, we had this glee club, and we used to go sing at the St. Gerard's Hall, and it was really a lot of fun. And here we are. I am, an older man now, still playing music, still singing. And the night that we're talking about here is the last night. We're going to showcase a lot of the musicians who have graduated SMA. And some of us went to do music professionally. Some of us did it part-time. I was one of them. I started doing it professionally for quite a while, and then I switched to part-time. You know, you get married, you start getting kids, you start having a different priority. So anyways, this night here, we're looking forward to a very wonderful wrapping it up night. You're going to get to see people on stage like, well, I'll be there doing my little thing, of course. We have Dice, Daddy Chess, Shelly, you know, Peter Chen, Mr. Reed, Ghost. We're going to even have a Jinping band. I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but we have one of the SMA alumni playing Jinping music. I had the opportunity to catch this guy at the Fort Young Hotel one of those times I came down. I came down to perform in Dominica. And he's Alex Laron, and he was playing the accordion. And he had it, and his rest of his guy playing it. Jing, 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 jing. I looked close. I said, that's you, man. I said, wow, you know. So we're going to have the opportunity to catch this guy, let him entertain us a little, and of course, in our old traditional music. And that night, we're looking to have at the St. Gerald's Hall that event, and it's going to be $50 for the older for the adults, 60 at the door, 50 if you to get it in advance. And the young ones, the kids, will charge them 25, whether they get it at the door or prior to that. And of course, all proceeds go to the project, the SMA rehabilitation. So we're encouraging everybody to join us, make it enjoyable, and make it profitable for our old alma mater. That's what made us who we are. Thanks much.
Thank you, Linford. Appreciate, yeah. As Linford said, I think we have a total of about 12 or more, maybe about 14 different thereabout performers. So it's really, really going to be a really nice night of that particular event. That pretty much captures what the week looks like for that entire week. It is the week leading up prior to, as you know, all of the other events that will soon be following right after that for the independence celebration. There'll be a lot of folks on island. So we are hoping that, and we're looking forward to quite a few of those persons joining us. SMA Old Boys, as we say, the tent is wide. All the SMA Old Boys to join us and be a part of that historic celebration. Franklin, yes,
can I say something real quick?
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. So one of the things that we would really encourage everyone to do is once you get any material from any one of the organizers, please circulate it among your own network, because it really does help us. This thing is really going to be, a one-on-one thing. I mean, yeah, social media is great. We're going to have some radio, some billboards and so, but it's really the personal invite that makes the difference. So we really do encourage you. And I think it's important to really emphasize with your network that even if they cannot be present, but this would register and be part of the event. I think this is a historic event. I mean, it's like you want to be part of this. I mean, it's as you said, it's never been done at SMA, which is hugely surprising. But we're happy to be the ones putting it together, and we encourage you to share any material you get with your network.
Thank you. Thank you.
And let me just give a list, Alvin, real quick of I just give a partial list. I think I should call all the names we have here so far. We have Dice, Daddy Chess, Shelly, Peter Etienne, and Mr. Ridge, Ghost, Akayo, Daryl Bob, Senator, Shadow Flow, Carlton, Ridge, the Healer, Cornell, and of course myself.
All right. Thanks very much. Thank you. Franklin, are you still with us? Franklin Peter Moses? Franklin, are you with us? We must have lost him. Franklin? We must have lost him. Okay. All right, guys. Any questions? Anyone has any clarity, anything anybody wants to ask, any comment anyone wishes to make?
I just have one question. Is there a list of questions going to be generated for the panel, or is there an overarching question?
So,
I mean, I know what the
yeah,
the goal is, the focus is,
yeah.
but then
So, Buzz, you want to quickly respond to
Yeah.
this question?
Yeah. So Dr. Larrock, we had already circulated some broad pointers, but next week, the moderator and myself will be meeting, so we will come up with these questions.
Okay.
Some questions to assist. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Anything else? Anyone wishes to ask, raise, comments, or anything?
Mention the magazine.
Yes, we do. We do putting together a commemorative booklet, and that will be part of it. We also have some memorabilia that we'll be having, some T-shirts, some mugs, the usual thing that comes with a reunion. So all of that will be available as well. And like Tuti said, one of the things we want to do during this reunion as well is to connect as much as possible with the current school population, the current young men at SMA. We want to go in there and really, we encourage every one of you to go in there and put a face with the name and say, hey, I sat in that 101 bench where you sat many moons away. And this is who I am now. This is what I do. And this is what I'm involved in. And they could see that. They could connect with that. They'll say, oh, you mean you went to SMA? Yes, I went to SMA. So we want to be able to do that, to go in and connect with the school. And I think Soba said it quite well when he spoke about the way in which education should go in the 21st century and beyond. And that is one of the conversation, as I said, we're having with XQ Institute. That's what they're looking at. One of the conversation we're hoping to have is if they build from ground zero up in Barbados, we're talking the possibility of a retrofitting as well. So if we may not be able to do a ground zero, but we could do a retrofitting of the old building. What does education and the building look like in the 21st century and beyond? So get involved. I am appealing to SMA alumni throughout the globe, across the globe, to join in, register with 44 days out, and jump on board. Let's make that a celebration, something that we can all be very proud of when we look back. Tuti,
I have a quick question too. Sure. Another question, a comment. So anyone who has any group that they're affiliated with that they think could help promote the event, or even if there's some alumni association that we're not aware of, I'm not sure if there is or there isn't, but if there is, and anyone has some kind of exposure to them, it would be great if they could share that information with us. Because as I said, social media is great, but it's really the one-on-one touch that really is going to make this event successful. So we'd really appreciate any support we get from individuals.
Thank you, Tuti. Let me at this stage to also recognize and say thank you to TDN Radio that is currently carrying the event we're having tonight live on their platform. We want to thank.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Drago. Thanks,
TDN
Sam.
Radio, Anthony
Much
Drago,
appreciated.
Sam, at the console, we really appreciate that. I know Tuti have had some conversation and discussion with Kyrie FM, with DBS Radio. And we've had some conversation with Franklin at Q95. So with Tim Duran, SMA Old Boy, DNO. So we are having those conversations with these various old boys and organization. Hopefully that that they could all be a part of this great
promoting it,
celebration. That being said, gentlemen and ladies, I just want to bring this conversation to a close and to thank each and every one of you in a special way.
Alvin, can I?
Yes,
can I just, yeah.
Yes.
Just a quick one, a quick call. Tuti asked for volunteers to promote, but we also need volunteers to support some of the activities. We have a number of activities, particularly 74-75 alumni. We have activities from Saturday until Friday, and it would be good if you could volunteer your time to support the different activities. So that would be something that we would look forward to. Okay?
Yeah. Absolutely, I agree.
Volunteers. So
yeah,
for the concert is going to be a major activity. We can get a few people to come and help, you know, in organizing on the night of the concert, as well as the night of reflection. That will be good.
Absolutely. And I just want to mention as well, Wadix and SMA Old Boys as well. Wadix has been plugging in the information on his program.
Yeah.
I know he did an ad as well, and he too is excited about it. I just see one of our old boys just jump in now.
Eric!
Eric Augustus. But you
How
see
you
that
doing?
happens with those boys of 60 when they go to sleep. Sometimes they forget, they sleep, they oversleep. But it's good that he wake up.
Alvin, call him to say something.
I now remember that, boy. I said, oh shit.
Yeah,
I was
that
supposed
happens.
to be in that thing.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
you get
but-
to that age, you understand.
We
fell in love,
while
we
you
fell
there,
in
say
love.
something for 1 minute now.
What's that? We
If
fell in
About 1
love.
minute.
if you could give a 1 minute, something about the occasion, how are you looking forward to it? I know you booked your flight already.
Yeah, well, man, I'm so happy that you guys put that thing together. You know, that thing should have been done a long time. I mean, like 25 years, 50
Yes, sir.
years, you know? But I
Yes,
still
sir.
appreciate it, even though it's a little late, but it's still good because we
Bet-
may not live to see 75 anniversary. So, you know,
Better
it's
late
a
than never.
fantastic thing. Whoever organized that thing, you know, kudos to you guys. All right?
You look, thank you.
Yeah.
You're looking young, boy. What you
I'm
doing?
looking,
Must give us
I
the
just,
recipe.
I just brave, man. That's why I'm looking young. I just brave.
You just live and powder.
Yes, I just did that
Alvin,
powder.
quickly,
Yes.
I just want to mention so far, in terms of the sponsorship, we really want to just call out Eric Douglas, who made a sizable contribution. Also, Michelle Williams made a contribution. The John family, Linford, and John Free's family. Interestingly, one of Linford brothers went to grammar school, but he was keen in making a contribution together with his brothers. So, and we are actively working on some people in terms of getting whatever contribution or support we can get, because in terms of all the stuff we have to shape, the uniforms, the boots, so we have to talk to the various brokerage and shipping. So we out, and we just calling on anybody who hearing us and figure they want to contribute. There's no limitation if you want to contribute, but we specifically calling on all the graduates 74, 75 to be part of this, and all alumni to just register. You do not have to participate, but we want you to be part of this moment. Register so you can be part of this historical event.
Yes, yes. Yes.
Damian,
Yes,
I hope it's not me sending that me before, you know, because
Not for you, not for you. Not for you. I'll see you there.
I just kidding, man. I just kidding.
Yeah.
Listen to me. When I come home, it's not going to be too late to make my contribution, because I'm coming in on the 8th of October. I guess it will be early enough that I can do that, right?
Yes, yes.
Sure.
All right, because that's what I have planned all along.
Yeah, that's
when I
fine,
come
Eric.
home,
That's fine. Just
I'm coming
spread the
in
word.
at least a day before you guys start.
Yeah.
So I
Fine.
can always make my contribution. I have an account in Dominica. I can always, get
That's
something out
fine.
of there.
There's no late fee, Eric, so you're okay.
All right. That's beautiful. Yes, man.
Yes, I endorse what Damian has said, and like we said, that there are several folks who have stepped forward who wants to support. Let me say that Paul Toulon has even volunteered to provide a painting. We will work out the logistic, if not during the activity after, that we could again raise funds for the project. Annual Toulon artists, and also Gifters John have also agreed to donate a painting as well. So there are a lot of old boys, there are a lot of folks who are stepping forward, and we just want to thank each and every one of you and encourage you. And as we said, to have a really, really great celebration for this 2025 reunion.
Alvin, one other thing is the match for the magazine, for the commemorative booklet.
Yes.
There will be opportunity for a few advertisements.
Yes.
So if you have a small business and you want to promote in our magazine, you can contact us.
Yeah.
And for small but reasonable fee, we will give a space in our
Reasonable donation.
No,
Absolutely.
it's not a donation. It allows you to advertise your product or your service in our publication.
Okay.
So again, let me just say thank you to each and every one of you. We appreciate that. We look forward to collabing with you again and spread the word. Those of you who are more savvy, I know that's Miguel area, social media. The one-on-one Guy spoke about is important, but social media works as well. So those of you who have the social media, go ahead and do that. Edmund, anything you want to say now before we close? Edmund, you want to?
No, I think it. I look forward to the event. I think it will be successful. That's the hope. And of course, whatever I can do to promote it on my end, I will. So
absolutely appreciate
Fantastic.
that. Okay, fantastic. Brother Jermaine, any final word?
It has been a very fine.
You're the senior.
It has been a very fine evening, and I think it will be productive. So we wish success to the undertaking.
Yeah.
Renick Thomas, Renick, are you still with us? I saw you were on earlier, Renick. Renick, are you still there?
It's right there.
Let me see, it's muted. Renick, you're muted.
Yeah, he's muted. He's muted.
Maybe he's left.
Okay, Alvin.
Okay, hold on a while, Renick. Hold on briefly. Yes, Eric.
Yeah, although some of the guys I know graduated before us, these are graduates from maybe 73, 72, and 71, but they are still interested, and some of them are coming home for that because I sent them that brochure that you guys sent me. And some of them said, like me, they will make their contribution when they get home.
Okay.
So it's like Roy Barnes. I think he planned to make it, but now this morning he called me and told me that he won't be able to make it no more, but he will be making his contribution.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So that is the information. And there's some other grammar school guys who graduated 74, 75 as well. And they're part of it because they say grammar school, St. Mary's, we're all one.
They're all welcome.
So, you know, they plan to do the same.
All right. Thanks, Eric. It's a white tent, as I said. Renick, I'm just calling on you now to give a brief remark if you want.
I'm here. I'm listening.
Maybe just close off the session with a prayer with us, Ora Eklab. After your remark, just close it off with a prayer.
All right, I will do that for you, my brother. Very interesting conversation. It has given me that impetus to go out and even work harder to get much more people on board to support that project that we are now undertaking, and fruitfully and hopefully will be a success. Hopefully by next year we will have the building engaged in accommodating students back to the SME wing. Having said that, I think my contribution, I will contribute financially, but I'm not going to be home, but I'll get somebody to make some big coconut cheese and tablets to sell at the occasion. All right? All right, in closing, I want to say, Lord, you have granted us so much. You have given us so much, and we are indeed thankful. You have shown us the way, and the way to you, which is love, peace, and joy. We want to thank you, and may our future endeavors inherit tremendous success. All this we ask in your name, now and forevermore. Amen.
Amen. I know I from you. So, gentlemen and ladies, thanks again. Have a good evening, rest of your evening, and a nice, wonderful upcoming weekend. Good to see you, Francine.
Event. Yeah.
Patrick, nice seeing you.
All right. Everybody.
Okay, Rose. All right, take care. We'll talk.
Okay.
All right. TDN Radio, thanks again to TDN Radio for carrying this live on your platform. We appreciate that immensely. Thank you, TDN Radio. All right, guys.
Later, man.
Good evening.
Yeah.
All the best. Yeah.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay.
Take care.
All right, cool.
Right. Wait a minute. I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to shut it down. There you go.
It's not giving you that access, huh? Shut down. Well, I guess. Please. Take on that. Please.